Hello and welcome to pre-conference podcast for the third energy transition and emission reduction for metal and mining industry, Stockholm. Today we have a great pleasure of introducing to you our silver sponsor, Enel. My guest today is David Post, Head of Sales and Marketing B2B Enel XGR. David, thank you very much for joining us today, and thank you for being available to answer several of our questions. I have a first one here. Could you please tell us about your role in the company and the company itself?
Yeah, thank you, Olga. So I'm David Post. I'm the Global Head of Marketing B2B, Marketing and Sales for NLX. We provide value-added products and service solutions for our industrial customers. That means we provide self-consumption PV, energy storage solutions, demand response services, as well as electrical infrastructure projects. And we do this in 14 countries around the world.
I have a question here. Why is storage key to reaching full decarbonization?
Okay, so with the accelerated rollout of renewable energy capacity and the gradual closing of thermal plants, energy production becomes less and less predictable. Nobody knows when the sun is going to shine or when the wind is going to blow. And that means that our networks are becoming less reliable, less flexible, and less resilient. And this is where energy storage starts playing a key role. Energy storage provides stability, resiliency, and flexibility to the networks by means of providing frequency regulation, energy arbitrage, as well as backup power during power outages. Also, energy storage is pretty modular. You can bring it in different sizes and durations. So it makes it ideal to deploy on networks. And as such, it's going to be a technology that is going to be a key enabler for the energy transition.
When we talk about energy storage, what are the main benefits for industrial clients of, for example, battery energy storage systems?
Right. So industrial customers typically contract energy storage projects to reduce their energy bill, but also to tap into new sources of revenues. For example, energy storage allows them to arbitrate between peak and off-peak hours, and so reduce their average energy cost. And in some markets where industrial customers face part of their energy bill as in function of their peak load, if you install energy storage, it allows you to clip their peak load and so achieve sustainable savings. In addition, energy storage allows players to participate in market schemes by means of providing services of frequency regulation or demand response. So if you add up the savings on the one side and the additional revenues on the other side, energy storage is starting to become a very attractive investment alternative for especially large industrial customers.
And what are the BSS value chain main characteristics?
So a battery energy storage system is composed of many components, but to simplify, you have the hardware components, be it the batteries, the racks, the inverters, the transformers. Then you have the part of system integration, which is substantially the player that puts all the pieces together, including civil and mechanical works. And then you have the software, which is a key element, and I would say a key differentiator of a BESS. The software is, let's say, the piece of the value chain that allows you to make the battery talk to the networks or to the grids, and so optimize the revenue streams and the cost savings that you can derive from a battery.
I see. You have already mentioned some of the benefits. Let's talk now about challenges. What are the main challenges for the industry to take into account when assessing a BSS business case?
So besides the fact that we're still a little bit in an infancy stage, and that goes together with a lot of challenges, as you can imagine, I would say that right now two key challenges are a timely execution of projects and the control of cost. After the pandemic, we entered into this, let's say, supply chain crisis where it became very challenging to get your hands on batteries, on long lead equipment items. And from the moment that you issue a notice to proceed to actually when you get the delivery on site of the equipment, timelines have gone very long and have also become pretty unpredictable. Things are improving, but still, it's something that we need to monitor closely. In addition, when one starts buying batteries, typically vendors include in the contracts what we call a lithium cost indexator. So actually, until the batteries are not put on a ship or on a transport, you don't know exactly what the cost of the batteries are going to be. So the execution timelines, the unpredictability around that, and the cost of the batteries, the end cost, that uncertainty makes it harder to finance. So we're obviously monitoring that very closely. And then in some countries, I would say we really need to start seeing a pickup in the issuance of clear rules and regulations that can attract investors to start investing in the deployment of energy storage capacity.
Thank you very much for your answer here and being honest. I guess our final question for today would be, how do you think how to valorize a BSS asset?
Yeah, I mean, I would say, as any other energy or infrastructure project, right? So be it a PV or be it a wind or be it an energy storage project, we run our financial models and apply the typical business case. So which in the case of storage is probably more merchant exposed. But then again, we also apply, a corresponding risk return metric to these projects. So in the end of the day, you get a good idea of the project's value.
Great. David, thank you very much for your time and answering my questions. We are very excited to see Enel in Stockholm this upcoming June for our third energy transition and emission reduction forum. And thank you for being our supporters.
Thank you very much. And thank you for inviting us to the event. We're really excited to attend that event. Thank you.